Hi friends, today we're revisiting the genius of his time, Nikola Tesla. Today, I will explore the mysteries of communicating with God and discuss the moon's influence, promising an intriguing discussion. When Tesla was over 80, he was honored with a grand gala dinner and award ceremony in New York. On this momentous evening, the world expressed its gratitude for his remarkable inventions and contributions to humanity. During this prestigious event, Tesla addressed the audience, sharing insights into how he conceived his groundbreaking ideas. He revealed that each night before sleep, he engaged in deep reflection and meditation. This practice, he believed, was crucial to his extraordinary achievements. Tesla had a unique perspective on the human brain and its functions. According to him, the brain is not directly connected to creativity, ideas, or understanding. He argued that the brain's primary role is to control the body's mechanisms. It manages electrical impulses sent to muscles, enabling actions like walking, running, and climbing. Additionally, it governs involuntary movements such as blinking and swallowing, ensuring all bodily functions operate smoothly. However, when it comes to imagination, creativity, and the birth of ideas, science fails to explain their origin. Tesla asserted that scientists do not comprehend where spiritual perceptions and thoughts come from. He emphasized that inspiration does not stem from the brain, rather, the brain is concerned solely with maintaining the body's functions. Tesla underscored that true inspiration, whether it results in beautiful music by great composers or profound books by authors, does not originate from the brain. He insisted that such inspiration comes from outside, from a higher source. Tesla questioned where great composers derived their ideas for magnificent music and how others conceived their profound works, asserting that these inspirations were external, not brain-based. Tesla believed that our inspiration and creative insights are the result of a higher power or intelligence. He proposed that we become eclipsed by this higher intelligence, which guides our thoughts and ideas. In his view, creativity and inspiration are gifts from a higher intelligence, accessible through imagination and spiritual perception. To illustrate his point, Tesla often referred to the works of renowned composers and authors. He admired the complexity and beauty of their creations and was fascinated by the source of their inspiration. Tesla contended that these artistic and intellectual achievements were too profound to be merely the product of brain function. He believed that they were manifestations of a higher intelligence at work. Tesla's belief in a higher source of inspiration was not merely theoretical, it was deeply personal. He felt a strong connection to this higher intelligence and considered it integral to his own creative process. Tesla's nightly reflections and meditations were, in his view, a way to tap into this higher source. He described these sessions as moments of deep spiritual connection, where ideas flowed effortlessly and clarity emerged. This perspective on creativity and inspiration influenced Tesla's entire approach to life and work. He saw himself as a conduit for a higher intelligence, translating its insights into tangible inventions and innovations. Tesla's groundbreaking work in electricity, magnetism, and other fields was, he believed, a testament to this higher source's guidance. Tesla's views on the brain and creativity also extended to his understanding of human potential. He believed that everyone had the capacity to connect with this higher intelligence, to access boundless creativity and insight. This belief fueled his optimism about the future of humanity. Tesla envisioned a world where individuals tapped into their creative potential, leading to unprecedented advancements in science, art, and society. In conclusion, Nikola Tesla's views on inspiration and creativity were revolutionary. He challenged conventional scientific understanding, proposing that true inspiration comes from a higher source, not the brain. Tesla's belief in a higher intelligence guiding human thought and creativity shaped his life's work and remains a fascinating aspect of his legacy. Through his meditations and reflections, Tesla tapped into a wellspring of ideas, leaving a lasting impact on the world. His insights into the nature of creativity continue to inspire and intrigue, offering a unique perspective on the mysteries of the human mind and the universe. Some force feeds us information, and this phenomenon is called inspiration. Inspiration is something that some people naturally pick up from the outside, regardless of its source. These individuals can create amazing works of art, great music, develop sophisticated technologies like rockets and lasers, and come up with innovative ideas like televisions. These vivid fantasies and concepts do not originate in the brain but come to us from outside. When we listen to music created by composers, we can feel that their works are filled with inspiration. It is not just a collection of random sounds that harmonize beautifully. The music of composers is based on a deep understanding of the universe, on knowledge of the breath and rhythm of the cosmos. This music has roots in the occult science of vibrations and rhythms that can change the perception of nations. For example, Wagner's music inspired the Germans, and in America, music has also played an important role in shaping the nation. There is a certain mathematical science behind the creation of music. In Hollywood, this is especially evident in what is known as programmed movie music. Music in movies is used to create the right atmosphere. Villainous scenes are accompanied by dark music, funny moments by a cheerful tune. It programs our minds, helping us to perceive the ideas in the movie. Inspiration, in fact, is not a function of the brain. It comes from outside our physical body. I believe that the human brain is an amazing living computer. This computer functions through a complex network of nerves and blood vessels that can be compared to wires. These wires help the brain control the body by sending messages to different parts of our body. Our blood vessels and nerves make up miles of nerve endings that act as conduits for the computer to control the body. The brain sends signals to control our movements, actions, and reactions. However, when it comes to inspiration, creative insights, and deep understanding of the world, it goes beyond just controlling the body. The music we hear and the inspiration it brings are not just products of brain activity. They result from interaction with a higher intelligence that guides our thoughts and ideas. Composers, artists, inventors all draw their ideas from a source that transcends our minds. This source of inspiration allows them to create magnificent works and propel humanity forward. Thus, inspiration can be seen as something higher and more significant than just the workings of the brain. It is an interaction with a higher intelligence that gives us the ability to create, dream, and reach incredible heights. Inspiration leads us to new discoveries and achievements, fills our lives with meaning and beauty, and it is thanks to this that humanity continues to evolve and strive for more. Inspiration is a mystical force that nourishes our creative spirit. It's an external energy that some individuals naturally absorb, allowing them to produce extraordinary art, music, and technological advancements. These brilliant concepts and vivid fantasies come to us not from within the brain but from an external source. When we experience music composed by great artists, we can sense the inspiration within their creations. Their music transcends mere pleasant sounds. It reflects a profound understanding of the universe, the rhythm, and breath of existence. Rooted in the esoteric science of vibrations, this music can alter perceptions on a grand scale. For instance, Wagner's compositions significantly influenced German culture, just as various musical genres have shaped American society. The creation of music follows a mathematical logic, especially evident in Hollywood's programmed movie scores. Film music meticulously sets the scene, ominous tunes for villains, light-hearted melodies for comical moments. This auditory programming helps us emotionally engage with the cinematic narrative. Inspiration transcends the brain's biological functions. The human brain is an extraordinary organic computer, operating through an intricate network of nerves and blood vessels akin to wiring. These pathways enable the brain to regulate bodily functions by transmitting messages to different parts. Our nerve endings, spanning miles, serve as conduits for this living computer to command the body. While the brain governs our physical actions and responses, true inspiration and profound creativity derive from a higher, external intelligence. The music we enjoy and the creative spark it ignites are manifestations of this higher intelligence, not merely brain activity. Artists, musicians, and inventors tap into a transcendent source for their ideas. This higher source of inspiration drives them to produce masterpieces and advance human civilization. Ultimately, inspiration is far more than the brain's mechanics. It represents a communion with a superior intelligence, empowering us to create, dream, and achieve remarkable feats. This inspiration leads to new discoveries and accomplishments, infusing our lives with purpose and beauty. It is through this divine connection that humanity continues to grow, innovate, and aspire to greater heights. To perform certain actions, the brain functions like a computer, and I believe that what we call God can be compared to a Wi-Fi device. Imagine a room with 100 computers, all connected to one Wi-Fi device. This means that all 100 computers can perform different tasks, tuning into different sources, and receiving information from one source, the Wi-Fi device. Similarly, something guides our destiny and determines our existence. This something can be observed in nature. Consider huge flocks of birds consisting of thousands of individuals. When you see them flying in one direction and suddenly all turn in another direction, it evokes thoughts of synchronicity and a single source of control. The birds, guided by a single mind, change direction instantly, acting as one. Similarly, schools of fish with thousands of individuals move synchronously, suddenly changing direction. This indicates an incredible mechanism of communication between the brain and higher powers. The planets, the sun, and the moon also influence our brains. Each planet has its own resonant frequency, affecting us from birth. When we are born, we are influenced by the sun, which has a significant electrical effect on Earth. The moon, in turn, affects the oceans, causing tides to rise and fall. Since our body is made up of 76% water, the moon affects us as well. During a full moon, many people notice changes in behavior and mood, feeling more agitated or slightly crazy. The effects of celestial bodies on humans are deeply rooted in science. The mechanism by which these bodies affect our brain and behavior is still a mystery, but one thing is clear: the influence of the planets, sun, and moon on our brain is real. This influence can be compared to a resonant frequency transmitted through space, reaching our brain. Thus, our brain can be thought of as a computer that receives signals from a higher source, similar to a Wi-Fi device. These signals guide our thoughts and actions, synchronizing them with the rhythms of the universe. The inspiration we feel does not come directly from the brain but from outside, from this higher source. Observing nature shows us an amazing mechanism that governs our actions and thoughts. We see it in schools of fish and flocks of birds acting with coherence. These observations confirm that our brains receive signals from the outside to guide our behavior. The higher forces that influence us manifest themselves in all aspects of life. They guide our destiny, control our inspiration, and help us create great works of art, music, technology, and more. Our brain, like a computer, receives these signals and performs tasks aligned with our purpose. So, the influence of higher powers on our brain and behavior is evident. Our brain is not just a computer, it is connected to a higher source that guides our thoughts and actions. This interaction with a higher intelligence allows us to be inspired, create, and reach new heights. We are all part of this great system, and our inspiration is the result of our interaction with the higher forces that guide our lives. To perform specific actions, the brain functions like a computer, and what we call God can be likened to a Wi-Fi device. Imagine a room filled with 100 computers, all connected to one Wi-Fi device. This setup allows all 100 computers to perform various tasks, tuning into different sources, and receiving information from a single source, the Wi-Fi device. Similarly, an external force guides our destiny and existence. This guiding force can be seen in nature. Consider large flocks of birds with thousands of individuals. When they fly in one direction and suddenly all turn together, it evokes thoughts of synchronicity and a unified source of control. The birds, as if guided by one mind, change direction instantly, acting as one. Similarly, schools of fish with thousands of individuals move synchronously, suddenly changing direction. This suggests an incredible mechanism of communication between the brain and higher powers. The planets, the sun, and the moon also influence our brains. Each planet has its resonant frequency, affecting us from birth. When we are born, we are influenced by the sun, which exerts a significant electrical effect on Earth. The moon, in turn, influences the oceans, causing tides to rise and fall. Since our body is made up of 76% water, the moon affects us as well. During a full moon, many people notice changes in behavior and mood, feeling more agitated or slightly crazy. The effects of celestial bodies on humans are deeply rooted in science. The mechanism by which these bodies affect our brain and behavior remains a mystery, but one thing is clear: the influence of the planets, sun, and moon on our brain is real. This influence can be compared to a resonant frequency transmitted through space, reaching our brain. Thus, our brain can be thought of as a computer receiving signals from a higher source, similar to a Wi-Fi device. These signals guide our thoughts and actions, synchronizing them with the universe's rhythms. The inspiration we feel does not come directly from the brain but from outside, from this higher source. Observing nature reveals an amazing mechanism governing our actions and thoughts. We see it in schools of fish and flocks of birds acting with coherence. These observations confirm that our brains receive external signals to guide our behavior. The higher forces that influence us manifest in all aspects of life. They guide our destiny, control our inspiration, and help us create great works of art, music, technology, and more. Our brain, like a computer, receives these signals and performs tasks aligned with our purpose. So, the influence of higher powers on our brain and behavior is evident. Our brain is not just a computer, it is connected to a higher source that guides our thoughts and actions. This interaction with a higher intelligence allows us to be inspired, create, and achieve new heights. We are all part of this great system, and our inspiration is the result of our interaction with the higher forces that guide our lives. Sometimes people can indeed become crazy under the influence of the moon, which is why such individuals are sometimes called lunatics. The moon affects your blood, your brain, and the vibrations in your mind. These vibrations are influenced by the sun, moon, Mars, and Jupiter. This is why there is a belief that women are from Venus and men are from Mars. It suggests that our minds function differently because of the influence of celestial bodies and the time of our birth. Vibrations in the brain are a vast topic that explains inspiration and why it comes from outside. When Nikola Tesla was in his 80s, he was already very old. He was honored with a big awards dinner in New York City. At this event, the entire world thanked him for all the incredible inventions and discoveries he had given to mankind. Nikola Tesla addressed the audience and said, "I must tell you how I came up with my ideas that allowed me to make all these inventions. Every night before I go to bed, I place a notebook on a small table next to my bed with a pen or pencil. And every morning when I wake up, there is a new invention written down on the notepad. Someone comes into my room at night and writes it down. I wake up, see it written down, and go to my lab to put it into practice. That's how I invented the radio, alternating current, and a lot of other things. Today, we use many things that Nikola Tesla gave to the world. He brightened our world by giving us the radio and many other wonderful inventions. However, Tesla always said that he was inspired by someone who wrote down these ideas while he slept. He believed that inspiration came from outside, not from himself. Inspiration is an intriguing phenomenon, and the very word inspiration comes from the word spiral, meaning to breathe in together. So you could say that someone was breathing their ideas into Tesla and he was merely taking them in. Those ideas were coming from somewhere else. This example with Tesla shows that inspiration doesn't necessarily come from within ourselves, it can come from outside of ourselves. We may simply be accepting ideas that are passed on to us by a higher power or collective consciousness. This theory that our minds are attuned to receiving information from the outside helps explain why some people have incredible talents and abilities that seem unnatural or inexplicable. This understanding of inspiration suggests that we, as humans, are connected to something bigger than ourselves. Our brains may just be tools for receiving and processing information that comes from the universe. This is what allows us to create great works of art, music, inventions, and technology. So, inspiration is a process that involves interaction with an outside source. Perhaps it is a higher intelligence, a collective consciousness, or something we cannot yet fully explain. But one thing is clear. Inspiration is not limited to the workings of our brains, it goes beyond our physical being and is connected to something much deeper and mystical. Our ancestors believed that inspiration came from gods or spirits, and modern observations confirm that this view may have a basis. Inspiration, like all great things man has created, can be the result of interaction with higher forces. We can only take these ideas and bring them to life, becoming conduits for something greater. Therefore, inspiration is a gift that comes from the outside, and our job is to be open to that gift, accept it, and use it to create something beautiful and meaningful. This understanding of inspiration helps us better comprehend our role in the world and our place in the grand system of the universe.